Good evening, children. This is about the food chain. Okay. In the food chain, this is about the food chain. You have studied in the lower class, and last video also I explained that. Okay. So no need of to explain what is a food chain. I am coming to the point, that is the food chain is actually two types is there that you should know. So generally you should know about the grazing. You have already knew about the grazing food chain only, okay, but you does not know about the detritus type of the food chain. Okay, there are two type of food chain is there. One type of food chain is grazing food chain, another one is detritus food chain. Okay, the grazing food chain is nothing but, so the food chain generally the sunlight is harvested by the green plants, so that is called producers. These producers is taking over by this green plants, and grasses is taken over by mouse, like small herbivorous animals, that is called primary consumers, and this mouse is taken over or eaten by the secondary consumers or the primary carnivores, that is called snake and all crocodile and all, and these snake will be taken over by the eagle or any lion, tiger, that is secondary carnivores or the tertiary consumers. This is generally about this grazing food chain. But if you are taking the detritus food chain, that is totally different. So fallen leaves means that is dead plant. Okay, you can keep here that some dead animals also you can keep. So some dead animal or the dead plants is there. Okay, example I have written it as in fallen leaves. Okay, this is your textbook only. Yeah? This fallen leaves you can keep, or any dead animals which is eaten by or which is get decomposed by the earthworm which is growing on that. Okay, so earthworm which is definitely coming on this fallen leaves or any dead animal, and it is taken over by the decomposers. So if it is a fallen leaves or it is dead plant or the dead animal, it is also called detritus. It is called detritus means a dead matter is called as detritus. It is going to decomposed by the decomposers is example, that is earthworm. So this is first level of the detritus food chain. The next, this earthworm is taken by blackbird. It is a small carnivorous animal. And also blackbird is taken by hawk kind of the birds, that is top carnivores. So this is just detritus food chain kind of these things. You should know about these. Fallen leaves or any dead matter or the dead organisms or the dead animal is called detritus, that is decomposed by decomposers like bacteria, fungi. Along with this, earthworm also takes place. This earthworm is taken over by the blackbird. It is a small carnivores. This small carnivores is taken or eaten by the hawk kind of the birds, that is called a top carnivore. So this is about your food chain that you should know about this. Okay. So this is a continuation of the food chain only, that is food web. Okay, what is this called food web? As this diagram will explain you what is the food web. Okay, it's just interlocking pattern of number of food chain in the form of web-like pattern. Okay, it's web-like pattern means something interlocking in between the relationship. So that is called food web. Its web-like pattern is, that's interlocking pattern is takes place in the food chain. Okay, that that is the plants or the green plants or the grasses will be taken by the mouse as grasshopper or the rabbit. All the herbivorous animals will be taking these plants. Okay, sometimes what may happen after this, herbivorous animals may take over by the primary consumers like snake. Okay, but instantly what will be happen, this mouse is directly can take by the hawk also, and also the snake is taken by the hawk. Okay, so generally what we saw, that is the green plants which is taken by the mouse and rabbit. So this mouse and rabbit is taken by the primary consumers. Okay, that is usually happen. So what happen in sometimes, that is this mouse or the rabbit or the grasshoppers or the herbivorous animals which is directly taken over by the secondary consumers or the hawk kind of organisms. Okay, so and snake also directly take this, all the hawk will taking up the this rabbit or the mouse or the grasshopper. That may take. Okay, so இதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் அது நடக்கணும் அப்படின்றது இல்ல, ரைட்டா? So sometimes the hawk வந்து ஒரு rabbit பாக்குது அப்படின்னா it can able to eat. Okay, it is directly coming and eating. So it is a direct interaction is there. So no need of waiting. Rabbit வந்து புல்லு சாப்பிட்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் சாப்பிடணும் அப்படி இல்ல கிடையாது. It is directly eating the rabbit, grasshopper and mouse also, and the snake also it will eat, right? So this is thing, and lizards will taking up the grasshopper. So this is some direct and indirect interactions and interlocking system takes place in the food chain is called the food web, that you should know. And it maintain the, by doing this kind of the food web, what is the use? Mainly it is for the homeostasis. Homeostasis means maintaining the stability. The stability of the structure, the chain will be as stabilized by doing this interlocking at the web-like pattern called web, food web. Okay. And what are the significance of this? What is the uses of this food web? Is first thing, it's describe the species as well as direct interaction. So rabbit is taken over by the hawk, that is one of kind of the description, and also it gives the direct interaction between the rabbit and hawk, or the snake to hawk, or the mouse to hawk, or the grasshopper to a hawk. So this is about your significance, and also it takes place the indirect interaction among the different species. You can see the indirect interaction between that. So the rabbit is taking over. So in between it is indirect interaction between the hawk and plants is there. And also in the different species it will use a different indirect interaction also takes place, and broad top to bottom or the bottom to top control the community structure. The community structure which is get top to bottom or the bottom to top is takes place in between the food chains. Okay, so it is used to maintain the community structure, that is very very important. Next I am coming to the reversal the energy transfer. So sorry, it reveals the energy transfer between the terrestrial and aquatic ecosystem. Normally not only in the terrestrial, our land ecosystem, also in the aquatic ecosystem also, it reveals us the what is the energy used by the living organism, what is the how much energy which is released in the environment, that we can revealed by this food web. One is it is used for the description of our particular species and direct interaction with the species, and also doing the indirect interaction with the species also takes place. Okay, and it is also brought the top to bottom or the bottom to top of all community structures are stabilized by this method, and it also reveals us the amount of energy which is stored and which is dissipated as heat will be revealed by this food web. So this is about your food web. Thank you.